Now let's read the third page, continued from page number 43. From a thicket close by came three beautiful white swans, rustling their feathers and gliding lightly over the smooth water. The duckling remembered the lovely birds. He was afraid to meet them, but he felt a strange longing to be with them. He made up his mind to approach them, no matter how badly they treated him later on. He swam towards the beautiful birds and bowed his head down to the surface of water. And what did he see in the clear stream below? His own image. No longer a dark, grey, ugly bird, but a graceful and beautiful swan. The other swans swam around the newcomer and welcomed him. The bird that had lived a miserable life as an ugly duckling was a swan after all. He curved his slender neck and cried joyfully from the depth of his heart, I never dreamed of such happiness as this while I was an ugly duckling. So, children, as he was moving from a thicket close by, what happened? There came three beautiful white swans, rustling their feathers and gliding lightly over the smooth water. What is the meaning of rustling? Soft crackling sound. So when the birds fly, the sound of the feather is called as rustling. And soon what they did? They came gliding, moving smoothly and continuously over the smooth water. Now the duckling remembered the lovely birds that he had seen, and he wanted to meet them and be with them. So he made up his mind to approach them no matter how badly they treated him later on, because he wanted friends. All this while, children, he was alone, he was sad, he was feeling miserable. So he thought, let it be. Even if these swans make fun of me, but still I will go ahead and try to be with them. So what he did, he swam towards the beautiful birds and bowed his head down to the surface of water. So what he did, children, he went close and he bowed. So he put his head down. And then as he put his head down, he saw his reflection, his own image. And what did he see? There was a magic. He saw that he was no longer a dark grey and ugly bird, but he was a graceful and beautiful swan. Oh, he was very, very happy. So the other swans swam round the newcomer and welcomed him, because they came to know that he is one among us. Now, the bird that had lived a miserable life as an ugly duckling was a swan after all. So it was no longer an ugly duckling, but it was a swan. So finally, this ugly duckling, who was always miserable, always sad, always lonely, was welcomed by these swans, and this ugly duckling, who had changed into a swan, curved his slender neck and cried joyfully. Joyfully means very, very happily, saying, I never dreamed of such happiness as this while I was an ugly duckling. So, this duckling thought that I would never be happy in my life, but suddenly there was a change, and the other swans welcomed him, and this ugly duckling was the happiest after a long, long time, because his brothers, sisters made fun of him. The other animals and birds and human beings also made fun of him. But finally, as it thought that I will never be happy, but finally, in the end, it was the happiest bird among all. So, children, I hope you have enjoyed this lesson, The Ugly Duckling. Let's quickly revise what we learned. Okay, we learned that Mother Duck gave birth to 7 ducklings. Out of them, 6 were very beautiful, whereas 1 was ugly. So, this ugly duckling felt very sad and he left its brothers and sisters and went far away from the lake. There also, children, everybody used to make fun of him. And finally, one day he saw beautiful white swans and he started imagining that I should also be one among them. And then what happened, children? After few days, he went away from that place also and he saw the swans and then he bowed down, and when he saw his own reflection, it was changed into a beautiful and graceful swan. So this ugly duckling became very, very happy because it was leading a miserable life, and finally it was very happy that it had changed into a swan and everybody welcomed it. So now, children, we learn some values from this lesson. First is love. You saw that the mother, though one duckling was totally different, ugly, but the mother loved it very, very dearly. So, children, your mother also, however you may be, she loves you very much. So, what you can do in return for your mother, you should also love her dearly. You should listen to her, do as she says, and do not disobey your mother. So, your mother will love you always. So, you in turn also should be the same. Then, second value we learnt kindness. You learned in the lesson that everybody was making fun of him, and when winter came, this duckling was frozen in the snow. But there was one kind man who came, broke the snow, and helped this duckling. So, children, how will you be kind? Look in this picture. Whenever you find any animal or bird hungry, you can feed that animal. Don't shoo it away, but you can do something for this animal. So look at the second picture also. That poor little puppy is getting wet. So this little girl, she can't do anything, but what she is doing, she is offering her umbrella and trying to save the puppy from getting wet. So you can do a little bit of kind acts for these birds and animals. And the next value that we have learned is to be courageous. So though this duckling was ridiculed by everybody, but still, when it saw the swans, it went closer, it approached them, and it tried to be among them. So it did not lose courage. It knew that someday or the other it will be welcomed by someone. So, children, you can learn from this lesson love, kindness, and courage. So you can also be loving, you can be kind to the animals and also to the people around, and be very courageous. Okay, one small question. What will you do, children, if you happen to see an injured bird? Suppose a bird is injured, it has lost its leg. Look at this picture. Oh, so sad. So, what will you do when you see this bird? You'll just run away from there? Okay, what you can do is you can provide first aid, you can give it little water, or you can put some medicine, and then finally, children, you will not be able to take care of the bird. You cannot bring it in your house. Your parents may not like it. So, what you can do is you can call the animal rescue helpline, see the number, and you can tell them. So, they will come immediately and they will take the bird and treat it. So, this is how you can save the injured birds and also animals. Okay, now, children, a small test for you. Let's see whether you can answer these questions. Who said to whom? Yes, you can look into your textbook. He is mine and I love him too. Second, all your ducklings are smart. You can find it in your textbook. Once again, you can read and you can find. Second, find the opposites of the following words: hard, hate. Third, write the parts of speech of the following words: reflection, strength. You learned in grammar the first topic, parts of speech. There are 8 parts of speech. So find out the parts of speech of the following words. Then next, discuss with your parents or siblings. First, who is happier, young children or grown-ups? Second question, what can we do to build our confidence? So you can find out these answers and write it in your rough book. So children, I hope you like the lesson and you learn the values. So next time we'll be back with another lesson. Till then, take care, have a nice day, read the lesson and answer the questions.